Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. As you can see, I have the Sony a6300, and I didn't go with the regular kit lens. I didn't want the 16 to 50. I wanted to try the venerable little 18 to 105. This is an f4G lens, and this is very highly rated, and as you'll know from previous videos, I tend to like a 18 to 105 or something in that range. For instance, I really like the 24 to 120 f4 VR for Nikon. So this gives us even more of a range in APS-C terms, not quite as wide, but still a great walk-around lens. And it performs very well. This is a favorite of Kirk Tuck's over at the Visual Science Lab. So I said to myself, I'm not going to get the 6300 in with a kit lens. I'm going to get it in with this, the 18 to 105, because I think it's a decent upgrade. You sacrifice the 2 mils on the wide end, but you gain long end and I think better overall performance. So we will see how that works out. Now, some of you are probably saying, oh my God, Matt's got in a Sony a6300 and he's said a lot of things about it, why you wouldn't buy one. That is true. But I think I have the workaround. The big problem for me has been lenses, and I'm pretty happy with this one, and I got another lens to show you in the next video. But I think I've got even Sony native lenses that are enough for me to use, that I'm happy with, and that'll depend on how this turns out. But the 6300, I think I've got a workaround for the 4K overheating situation, a very simple one. So that remains to be seen, and I'll be doing some videos on that and showing you. I'm going to first of all do a video and show you how long the camera runs right out of the box, stock, with a regular setup, and in 4K video, how soon does it shut off? That's what I want to know. Apparently there's a lot of variance between the models. Let's get it out of the box while I'm chatting with you. I already had the battery out. I charged up the battery because I wanted it to be ready to go. But I haven't taken anything else out of the box yet. So you've got your manual, warranty, Sony lens lineup paperwork. You've got a camera strap with the Sony Alpha A on it. We've got the power block for the wall so that you can charge, and a USB cable. So you plug that into the power block. That gets you your charging to the wall, or you just use it for USB functions. We've got an eyepiece here, and of course we have, I think that's everything in there, we have the camera right here. Let's get it out. I'm actually really excited. I liked the a6000 when it was out, and when the a6000 was out, it wasn't really an issue that it didn't have 4K, and now that this is I mean, there's an a65 now, but you can get this for a lot less money. So there's another reason you might be asking, well, why'd you get the 63? I am going to review the a6500, but I want to do the 63 first because you can get this for almost half the price. Not quite, but close. Especially if you buy a refurb or used, or like an Amazon warehouse deal. They often have them at a good price. And this, if I can get the 4K problem solved, which I think I can, this becomes an amazing camera. 24 megapixel sensor, one of the best performing APS-C sensors out there. 425 AF points. Very, very good autofocus system. It has some weak spots, but overall it's probably one of the best on the market as well. What was the other? We've got, very good True Finder. What do they call it? XGA-OLED True Finder. So the EVF on here is fantastic. The size, as you can see, is pretty small. Granted, you lose some of that when you put a lens on as far as how small it is. 11 frames a second, ISO up to 25,600, and of course, a fantastic set of codecs and abilities for recording 4K on here. As long as that overheating issue, I can deal with it, which I think I can. So that's why I got the camera. And you know what? Initial impressions, I've always liked the look of these cameras. Not as big on the menu system on them, but and I wish you could have a full flippy uppy screen, preferably a full vari-angle side screen. That's one of the weaknesses I see on these. But overall, this has some nice improvements over the 6000, which I reviewed before. I like the grip. I think feels a little better, maybe a little deeper. It's got a very nice tactile feel to the rubber, and just the fit and finish on this is very decent. It's an impressive little camera. I think it's seen some tweaks and upgrades from the a6000, as has the 6500. I think a little bit from this, but we'll be getting into that probably in another month. Let's get the EPZ 18-105 f4 out of the box. Some of you will be more interested in this lens than you are in the a6300. And I am too. I think, as I said, I think this is probably the lens to have for a everyday kind of walk around, good general zoom for the the a6000 series. So with the a6300 here. So nice looking lens. It's got a what's the front here? 72mm front. So it's not the biggest I've seen, but still larger filters. Nice build quality on this. It's all metal. Fit and finish is nice. Zoom ring's very smooth on here. And I'm kind of surprised here because I'm not sure if that is an internal zoom or just because it's a PZ, a power zoom, that it doesn't come out. So let's check that. Let's get the lens onto the body here. I always got to remember which way the Sony... That's a nice snug fit. I just have to remember which way the Sony mounts turn on here. And they do go to the left. Anyways, so we've got it on the camera. Let's power it up. Oh, I suppose it would help if I put the battery in, wouldn't it? All right. Let's power it up. And... the camera wants me to set the settings before I do anything else. So we'll do that. Okay. Okay, we're good to go. I just did a quick, I'm gonna have to go back and set the time and date and whatnot, but I just wanted to see. Yeah, it is zooming. I don't know if you could see. Let me see if I can do that for you. If it's, you can see it zooming there, and it is an internal zoom, which is nice. So I like that. That's a bonus right away. Another thing I like about this lens is it stays quite small, because a lot of competitive brand lenses, and even on Nikon, Canon, things like that, would be an external zooming lens, in the sense that when you zoom it, the lens extends. This is an internal zoom. So with it zooming, it's all internally done, and that's as long as it goes. That's it with the hood on, the supplied hood. Kudos to Sony for that. Yeah, the fit and finish on this little guy is very nice. And it's an EPZ lens, so it's power zoom. So as you could tell, I'm zooming it right now. It's absolutely quiet, and the focus ring is beautiful, and actually the manual zoom ring is both very smooth. Feels like metal rings. Just very nice fit and finish overall on the camera. I'm quite pleased with that. If this works out as I think it's going to, and the 4K isn't an issue with overheating anymore, I may pick one of these up, because as I said, the 63 is a better deal than the 6500, in the sense that you don't get a lot more, basically IBIS on the 65. But the 63 can be had for a lot less money right now. It's a very capable camera, very good photographic camera. It can adapt to a lot of lenses. There are some good lenses that are available with it, and great 4K camera if we can solve this overheating issue. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll put links below to the 6300 and the 18-105. Probably of a great interest is the 18-105 constant aperture f4, nice lens, but also the 63. Again, any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any feedback you have on the 6300, if you own it, or if you've shot it, whether you like it, whether you don't, leave it in the comments below. Always interested to hear back your opinions, and also would like to answer any questions you have. So thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.